Hey there, and welcome to another Kidlit Lunch Critique. Today we have a fun story by Stephanie Mena, and it's Sheriff Marinara and Spaghetti Western. I'm really excited because it's a humorous picture book, and I love humor. Humor picture books are my jam, so let's see what the story is. Sheriff Marinara licked his lips and smiled as he watched the sun wake up the morning sky over his town of Pasta. The tomato red color was flecked with white flakes of minced onion and strips of toasted garlic. What a tasty day! The sheriff was a saucy man. Everyone liked the way he covered the town. He boiled when he read the latest poster. Wanted neck bone dead or alive. Neck bone improved flavor, but added a risk of choking. He nailed the poster outside and moseyed along to the best grub in town at Antipasto's saloon. You got a heap of books here, ma'am. May I help? Oh, thank you, Sheriff. Our one-room schoolhouse gets more crowded every year, Teacher Pupperdell said. The youngins keeping you busy, Sheriff asked. Oh, thank you, Sheriff. Our one-room school. Oh, let's just be a repeat. The sausage boys, sweet, mild, and spicy, are a daily grind. Growing up without a father, their casing isn't secure. My sausage tells me their dad left sunlight to protect his brother. Studying the poster, Miss Papadella asked. Sheriff, is that stranger anywhere near these parts? I'll keep you safe, ma'am, Sheriff said, and went along on his way to breakfast. After that meal, Sheriff, you look like you're ready for dessert. Cannoli smiled. As yummy as that sounds, I'm just looking for information. You lived in these parts the longest? Do you remember Neckbone? Sure do, Cannoli rolled her eyes. He always stayed with his brother at the sausage ranch. And you get along well with the sausage boys? Sheriff asked. The boys weren't part of the mix yet. Neckbone left quick-like after he was accused of choking a ranch hand. He claimed he was innocent and ran. His brother, Pork Shoulder, took out after him. Neither said goodbye. No one ever knew about the three boys until they started school. A few days later, the sheriff noticed two suspicious characters in the bushes. Who are you and what are you doing here? I'm Pork Shoulder and this is my brother Neckbone. My cousin said the three boys were schooling now. There's a warrant out for Neckbone's arrest, the sheriff exclaimed. I'm innocent. I never choked anyone. Prove it. There's a family out there that needs you. My cousin T-Bone was a grill master. He was a calf. He dreamt of being a bull. All I need to stay a grill longer, he toasted. T-Bone took his advice and stayed on the fire too long. At the trial, Neckbone was proved innocent, and the ranch hand choked on a chicken bone. Sweet, mild, and spicy were happy at home. I love this story, Stephanie. How fun. It's really fun that you use like the pasta theme and you really leaned into it, which is great. You know, we talk about that all the time. I love it. Marinara, we have pasta, cannoli, sweet and spicy. We have sausages. We have all the things. So that's really great. You've done an awesome job with that. And you have most of a plot here, which is working well for you too. But you do fall a little bit too heavy in the description and you're not quite in a picture book voice. So that's where I would suggest that you kind of up that a little bit and you have all the elements to really up the humor and make this a lot more entertaining, a lot more engaging for the kids. And so you have a lot of the elements, you've done a lot of the base work and now it's just let's up it and make it better. So like right here, Sheriff Marinara licked his lips and smiled as he watched the sun wake up the morning sky over his town of Pasta. That is very descriptive. It wouldn't probably be something that would be necessary for a picture book, especially the tomato red color was selected with white flakes of minced onion and strips of toasted garlic. Love it, love the visuals. But it's not necessary because in a picture book, we're going to have the illustrator and they will draw a lot of these things, right? So Sheriff Marinara licked his lips. The morning sky rose above the town of Pasta. What a tasty day, he said. Sheriff was a saucy man. Actually, you don't even need that part. He boiled, or the sheriff boiled when he read the latest. Actually, you probably should just say the sheriff read the latest poster. Wanted Neckbone, dead or alive. And then maybe explain like why he wants this person, what's the importance here, what's the motivator. That's going to be more important than telling us he was a saucy man because it doesn't add to the story. So every single word that you use matters when it comes to like the story focus and the story goal. And then you have a lot of unnecessary dialogue of things that just don't matter. And maybe they do matter, but the way that they're presented feel like they don't matter. Because like our one-room schoolhouse gets more crowded every year, keeping the youngins busy. it feels like it's drawn out. It's not the kind of dialogue you would see in a picture book, because the goal is to be flipping the page. We don't put a whole lot of text on the page. You know, we're constantly moving between scene to scene. We're keeping everything active. So like he could say, the sheriff nailed the poster outside Antipasto's saloon. You got a heap of books there. May I help you? Probably not important. It's probably this line that's going to be studying the poster. Miss Papadella asked, Sheriff, is that stranger anywhere near these parts? I'll keep you safe, ma'am, Sheriff said, and went along. You don't even need to the breakfast. But I know that the sausage boys eventually come up later. So how can you make it relevant? How can you make this dialogue pertain to the focus and not feel like it's a distraction? And just keeping that going, and then making sure you have all of the attempts there, the 3 obstacles. It feels like this wraps up really quick, and it does. I mean, it's only a couple of pages long, but it's because you have so much extra text that you were trying to rush the story because you're thinking of word count, which I totally understand. But there's a lot of words that you can remove, so that way you can make room for the words that are needed. And so like when you have him all of a sudden finding him, that feels very abrupt. It doesn't feel like we're getting, you know, the investigation that we really want. And how does it happen? Is there resistance? Like visually, we want to see it. Dialogue is great to use in picture book, but we still want to visually experience a story. So how can you make it more action based? If you're going to pull it out of dialogue and maybe actually make it active sentences, like action sentences where they're doing something, or how can you make the dialogue seem like they're doing something? That would be my suggestion. You have all the bases here, so just go through, make sure you actually have a full complete plot arc, and then really line edit this down, remove the stuff that's unnecessary, remove the stuff that's going to show in illustrations. Keep it short, keep it fun. Check out some books too that are going to be, you know, humorous books of recent, like Amy Dykman, Ryan T. Higgins, Aaron Reynolds. Get some laugh out loud. Tammy Sauer, go get some laugh out loud, funny, humorous picture books. See how they did it, see how they played into it. There's lots and lots of examples for you. So thank you so much for sharing. This was so fun. And if you would like to get a critique as well, the link to submit is in the description below. Thanks so much for watching.